Hello, welcome to the Quakes Motel. My name's Conan. In today's video, we're going to look at what I consider to be an improvement in MPC 3. But is it enough to make you upgrade? Let's jump in. Okay, so first things first. There's obviously been quite a lot of discussion on the forums and in the community about people wanting to stay on 2.15, people wanting to update. Firstly, the update that I'm going to show you today, or the improvement that I'm going to show you today, has been there for a while. It didn't come out just with the official release. But I'm going to speak frankly. I'm going to throw my 2 pence in the ring, as they say. Do they say that? Is that a saying? Firstly, everybody has a different workflow. There's no right or wrong. For some people, 2.15, that workflow suits them and they can stay on that. And for some people, the new firmware is an improvement to them and helps them in their workflow. And some of the issues don't affect them. I've been seeing that quite a lot, actually, quite a few people saying, well, there are no issues. Well, that's probably because the issues that there are, they're not involved in your workflow, so you're not going to notice them. And that's great for you. Like I said, in my opinion, there is no right or wrong. Everyone has their own workflow. So stay on 2.15 or upgrade to 3. It's entirely up to you. Secondly, I don't think that there is a single end user who gives a shit whether you're using 3 or 2.15. I cannot envisage a situation where you're sat in a cafe, some of your beats are on, people are listening to them. I don't know why cafe, just using that as an example. And suddenly somebody says, dude, MPC 3 firmware, you should have used it. It would have been better. I can't see that happening personally. So no one cares. It's only us that care, basically. So with all that said and done, I'm going to get into what I consider, definitely to some people, it's going to be worth upgrading to 3 for this alone, actually, because this is quite a big improvement over 2.15. So as you can see, we're in 2.15 here. I don't like saying downgraded. I've rolled back. That's a better way of saying it. It's not downgrading. It's just a rollback to the old firmware. And I've got a beat here. So what I want to show you is, it's all about automation. Now, if I am at pad level, like I am here, for instance, and I want to record something simple like a fade. Okay, now that will record that at pad level. Okay, so really, really easy. But what it doesn't do is you can't record automation on returns, or like fade on the return, for instance. You can't record automation on the submix. You can't record automation on the main outputs. And I'll show you right here, right? So let's go into automation right. Really easy, just at the top there. So it's red, that means automation right. Let's press play. Okay, let's come back out of that. So it's automation read. Press that again, there we go. So it hasn't recorded the automation. And that's the same in returns and in subs, as far as I'm aware. Now, there were little workarounds that you could do. You know, it would apply for things like if you wanted to apply a fade at the end, for instance, or if you wanted to use XY effects on the main output. There were workarounds. You could bounce the entire sequence to a sample and then play that from a pad, and then you'd be able to have the same automation. But even so, it was a bit of a pain, the fact that you couldn't do any automation on your submixes or your main outputs, as far as I'm aware. If there was a way, I didn't know about it. So that's in 2.15. We couldn't do that. XYFX as well, you couldn't put that on the main output. You could play around with it on the main output if you were playing live, but you couldn't actually record the automation for it. So as you can see, we've upgraded to the latest firmware, and let me show you what you can now do in MPC 3. Okay, so I've got a filter on the master out, as you can see up here. Remember, we couldn't record automation. let's do it. Okay, let's go back into read. So there you go, that's just quickly showing you that. But, you know, also, obviously, you can do things like record fades. Okay, so let's say that was the end of the record. There we go. So you can do that. And the thing is that you can also do this on your returns, and you can also do it on your submixes. So there you have it. It's quite a big thing, personally, I think. I mean, I love the fact that you can do that. I think for, you know, the ability to be able to take your whole track and use XY effects, for instance, or many of the amazing effects that we've got inside the MPC, you can put them on the master out and you can automate them, and you can record the automation and you can hard bake it into your track. Now, like I said, there were workarounds previously where you could bounce it to a sample or to an audio track or whatever, that, you know, you could do all that, but it was just kind of like a workflow thing. It would mess with your, you know, the process, I guess. It would mess with your creativity. Being able to now automate submixes, automate with the return channels, automate the master out, obviously, and just being able to do that, for me personally, just opens up a whole load of things. I mean, especially being able to automate submixes and things like that. That just really helps, because if you follow my videos, you'll know that I use submixes quite a lot. So being able to automate those, even at a very basic level with just fades, etc., is really useful. So is it enough to make you upgrade, or do you want to stay with 2.15? Either way, as long as everyone's happy. Me personally, I think that's a good enough reason to upgrade for that alone. The issues that have been coming around don't tend to really affect me so much because of my workflow, apart from the time signatures thing, which people are still crying about, which I'm still crying about, I'll be honest. But yeah, that's a good enough reason for me to upgrade, personally. So thanks for watching. This is A Crates Motel. My name's Conan. Till next time.